We have a quorum, so we're gonna call this meeting to order. We are happy to have staff members, ED, and Mr. Sybil.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Okay, why don't we begin?
Would you like me to call the roll? Sure.
Call the roll. Thank you.
Representative Howard?
Here.
Mr. Lawson?
Here.
Dr. Morris?
Present.
Mr. Smith? Mr. Smith?
Okay,
I will call advisory member, Mr.
Ms. Green,
Okay,
is he on?
okay. He said it is not allowing him to unmute, so let me see if I can do something on my end.
We're waiting, trying to get Mr. Green unmuted. Mr. Green?
No, Mr. Smith.
Good morning, Mr.
Okay,
Smith.
I'm here. Sorry,
Okay,
apologize about that.
okay, why don't we move on? We're gonna follow the agenda. Adoption of agenda? Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
I'll second that
Second.
motion.
The proper move and second that we adopt the agenda. Roll call, please.
Okay, Representative Howard,
Yes.
Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Dr. Morris,
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Adoption of the minutes. And I'm gonna make a motion that we adopt the the minutes with the necessary correction. We found one correction that needs to be done. Do I have a second?
Dr. Morris, can
I'll
you stay
second that
with that?
motion.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, I made a motion that we adopt the minutes with the necessary correction.
I think you have a second. I just wanted to know what the correction was. I think I missed that.
Mrs. Jacob?
Okay, so the last minutes, Dr. Morris mentioned that he was pleased with Shernoff Newman's I'm sorry, with Mr. Silver's report. He was pleased that it was better than the last, but in the meetings, it said he was pleased with. So we just want to correct that he said it was better than the last, but.
Understood. Okay, that's good. I just was curious. Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Okay, Representative Howard,
Yes.
Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Dr. Morris.
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
and the motion passes.
Okay, thank you. Moving on, matters referred from the Board of Directors, we have none. We are at monthly financial report. Ms. Andrews.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day to you.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. I'd like to call your attention to page 6. Page 6, we'll go over the financial highlights for the month of December. I'd like to remind you that December marks our mid-year point, and with the next meeting, I am coming to you guys with the mid-year budget review. So we'll begin off, and this is 50% of the fiscal year complete. We rounded out the month just over the mark with a net income of less than 500,000. Total revenue, 2.72 million. Our total expenses, 2.67 million. Paid date to the contract operator, 63,151,000. Below that are, the professional contract services, the marketing services and security. You know, sometime back, you guys asked to see what we pay them monthly. And, attach the invoices for certain vendors, and those vendors are marked with an asterisk. Our year-to-date past donations here with Mercy of 600 and TNT Development Corporation of 600. Total penny collections to date are just at just almost 70% at 206 million. So we did receive at 8.9 million in August and just almost 7 million in November. And I just billed them almost a little over 6 million this month. And that is the end of my report. If you have any questions, I'm here for it.
Yes, Ms. Andrews, I noticed that you indicated the amount of monies we collect from the penny. And you, at the bottom of page 6, you also said that expected end date for the collection, December 2026. I thought it was December 2028.
So I put that there, if you remember, Overture Walker said that they had the expectation to be. Now, yes, 2028 was our initial calculation,
Yes.
but Overture was in and talking, he said Richland County was expecting that to end December 2026.
Oh,
So I just wanted to let everybody be aware, when they stop, we stop.
okay. So that's indicating that we will not get any more funds
From Richland
from Richland County after December the 2024.
26.
Oh, 2026, yes,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And we will, like saying, since we have the reserve funds, that may be able enough to take us the next 2 years.
Yes.
But I just need everybody to be aware that Richland County is expecting their last distribution of that money to be December 2026.
Okay, and if our additional funds take us to December the 2028, we're still 5 years short. Is that correct? Okay. Mr. Silver, you can come up and join us.
It's like 5 years, but no dollars because of the work we're doing with the county. The county has so far collected somewhere in the neighborhood of about 750, 60, 70 million dollars. Their cap, as you remember, is I think 1 point either 04, 07. I can't remember which of those numbers it was. And so that is correct. The speculation of the meetings I'm in is somewhere between 26 and 27 is when they would have hit their capacity. They had 2 choices. They had until 33. It was either going to be no more collection either after 2033, might have been 32, or when 1.04 billion has been collected, and that's what they're going to get first.
Okay, right.
But the same money you always knew you were getting is
Yeah.
just coming in fast.
Yeah, okay, all right, thank you. So, Mr. Pearl and staff, we have a slight problem here. Seems to me we are going to run out of funds. Hopefully, we'll do everything humanly possible to get this penny pass in 2024, as opposed to waiting until the time expires. And I think Mr. Silver and others are working on that. You may be involved in that too, Mr. Burrow, in terms of making sure we get the penny on the ballot in November.
Excuse me, Dr. Morris.
Yes.
Mr. Lawson has his hand up.
Oh, okay. Mr. Lawson?
No, sir, please finish your thought. I can wait.
Okay, that is it. That is it for me.
Roz, I had a question for you.
Yes.
Good morning, by the way, and happy Valentine's Day. I
Thank
sense the
you.
enthusiasm in your voice. No,
I'm
no, seriously. Seriously though. So I'm looking on page 16, and specifically I'm looking at the line item for safety and security.
Mhm.
Are you there?
Page, let me get my eyes to the same spot.
Okay.
Page 16,
Yeah, I think mine says 16 or 44.
I see it.
Okay, so safety and security. So I'm looking, from July all the way current here, well, all the way until December. And I can see for that expense that every month we're kind of reducing the amount of the expense, which is great. However, I just want to know why. Why is it going down? What are we doing? And can we sustain this to keep it as low as possible?
Okay, so that's nothing that we are doing. That security line is our security at Commerce Center, like our actual human security. And it's
Okay.
going down because they are not holding up their end of the contract. Their contract holds, asks for them to have 2 people on shift every time, and they've been having trouble holding it up. So that's why the cost is going down.
Okay,
They
yeah,
don't
I
have
remember
enough
it's
staff.
okay, so they're just understaffed.
Yes.
Is the need being met with one individual, or how many other individuals they're supplying?
Not really. I'll let Ms. Bowers speak on that. I don't know how much detail she want me to go into, but I'll let Ms. Jackie fill you in on that.
Okay,
Mr.
please.
Lawson, no, the needs are not being met. We have already notified the security company and has issued a cure letter to take care of the deficiencies. So we're in that process now. We're in the process, or we're prepared to bring in another security company if the existing one does not meet the contract needs.
Okay, and this new company, I assume they're coming in at the same rate?
We're not sure yet. That have not been discussed with the new company as far as the rate yet. But if we have to bring them in for emergency reasons, then we would start out like that. And then if we continue with the new company, then we'll discuss the contract going forward.
Okay, yes, ma'am, understood. Thank you.
Welcome.
That's all I have.
Hearing none, thank you very much. Ms. Andrews? Okay, moving on. We have disadvantage number 6, disadvantage business enterprise. Dr. Prince.
Good morning,
Good morning again.
and happy Valentine's Day to all of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, the DBE report is found on pages 7 through 30 of the finance packet. And this covers data up through December 2023. On pages 27 through 28, just a quick snapshot of all vendors with the DBE goal with the comments. And as of December 2023, we had paid vendors approximately $69.3 million, and of this amount, 17.7 million were awarded to DBEs, which represents 25.6%. Also on pages 29 through 30 is data relevant to our contractor RATP Dale and their payments to DBEs. And this goes up from data consists of payments from July 1st, 2020, and it goes through December 2023. And the cumulative data reflects a goal of 22.6%, or approximately $14.3 million that were awarded to DBEs. And on page 30, this captures data from the start of the fiscal year, and this is for tracking purposes only. But as of today, the contractor have been meeting their goal. They have reflected it. This ends my report. Is there questions?
Are there any questions? Well, I would like to thank you, Dr. Prince, for continually giving us this report, and it's positive. We noticed that our MDBE goal is 20.06%, and we are achieving at 27.4. So we would like to continue with this, and we thank you for giving us this detailed report every month. Any questions? Hearing none, we'll move on. Thank you, Dr. Prince. Discussion and action item. Ms. Pearl.
Thank you, sir. We would like to discuss the marketing RFP and subsequent approval for this. Solicitation for the marketing services RFP was issued on December 1st of 2023. We received 2 proposals and for the marketing services, and they were both provided to us before the deadline on January 5th at 2 p.m. The evaluation panel met and discussed the RFPs or the proposals. And that was on January 23rd. Both firms met the state's determination of responsibility and for the statewide term contract for the marketing services. And the lowest price proposal was submitted by proposal A of $520,018. As a result, this firm received the maximum points of 60 for their price proposal. And we would recommend for marketing services, Flock and Rally to be awarded. And it is for a term, initial term of the contract is for 2 years with 3 one-year options. For your review, that would starts on the RFP, starts on page 31 of 44. Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you. Are there any questions of Mr. Pearl? Mr. Pearl, I'm looking at page 31. Is this that Flock and Rally has been with us for 5 years? And we started off in year 1 paying them $150,000. And now we are at $168,000 in year 5. Why we have that much increase over 5 years?
And Pam, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but that would be the annual increases. And then any special events that they have provided for us, that would relate to an increase. And Ross?
So Dr. Morris, just so we're clear, this is not what we're currently paying. This is what they're proposing. This is their price proposal for the new contracting going forward.
Oh, okay, for the next 5 years.
Yes.
Oh, I see. What are we paying them now?
Krista, you know the number off the top of your head?
Well,
We could, yeah. I'll get back to you with that
We're
number.
paying, Roz, we're paying them about that now.
Okay.
Either, yeah, that's what they're being paid now. So there's, I believe in this proposal, there's no increase. But the original contract, which I wasn't around when it was signed, had the annual increases from year 1 to year 5.
What's on this paper in front of us, Pam, is what they're proposing for the new contract years, right? Not
Yes.
current?
Yeah.
Okay.
okay, and if they are proposing this and you saying, Ms. Bonner Reed, that it is the same as the previous contract?
But from what I know of the current of what they're proposing is that, and Ross, correct me if I'm incorrect, whatever their hourly rate is now, they are holding at that point, right?
Correct. They're
Yeah,
actually on a state contract, and we went to a state contract where they are listed as, I guess, a vendor there, and their rates are in line with what they, posted with the
Right.
state.
right.
So yes, their hourly rates are still, around the same as current.
Right, and that's in line with what the state contracts are.
I think that we should check this to make certain that that is accurate. And then if it's accurate, I'm suggesting that we move on. If it's not, you need to come back to us.
It's accurate, I checked.
Okay,
Yes.
It's been thoroughly vetted by the evaluation committee and by finance.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have hands up for Mr. Smith and Mr. Lawson.
Whose hand was up first?
Lawson.
Okay, Mr. Lawson?
Yes, good morning, everybody. So I'm just trying to make sure that I understand, right? So it looks like there's some sort of kind of comparative analysis of the two proposals, both A and B at the bottom. Obviously, proposal B looks like they're a lot better by leaps and bounds over proposal A. Have we only vetted two companies, or did we only take in two proposals?
We only received two proposals for the marketing services. Yes, sir.
Okay, and this 300-point sliding scale, I assume that proposal B was 265 of 300. So they're the best of the two options that were submitted, yes?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Smith?
Yeah, just a couple of quick questions. So proposal B is the one that's shown with the 5-year period, correct?
I'm sorry, Andy, can you repeat?
I'm trying to make the distinction between A and B. So the one with the 5-year period, that's proposal A. No,
No,
I'm having a hard time making a distinction between the two proposals. Which one is the lower cost one and which one? And I may have missed it. I had to step out for a second. So I'm sorry if I missed that, but I'm having a hard time from the memo making a distinction between the two proposals and then which one is being.
no problem. So the price you have here in front of us is just from one bidder, from one proposer, not both of them. So this is what they submitted to be for their 5-year term. So those are the numbers you have in front of me, or in front of you, sorry.
Okay,
And
so that's not two different firms. That's two different proposals from one firm.
no, it's one proposal here in front of you. The number she gave you is from the one firm. We had two people submit, but what she's presenting you with is who we're suggesting be the winner, I guess we'd say. Who we give the contract to. Yes, the recommended vendor.
Okay, but proposal A had the lower cost, lower price. But that's
Correct.
not the one that's being recommended.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So I think I get, and then so proposal B is the one that it has the 5-year escalating cost at 3% each year. That's the one that matches to the state contract per hour.
Correct.
The estimate is
Both A and B gave us their, the prices in which were in line with what they had on the state contract. The problem was, and I just noted the error is up here, if you see the big word note, it says proposal B had considerable errors. I think that should have been A had considerable errors. So they were graded on like a 5-area criteria, and A just kind of, although they were lower in price, they were also lower in what they presented.
okay.
So if you're presenting to me your best and your best is, what I see as the worst, then we went with the person who, might have been slightly better, but gave quality presentation of work.
Okay. Okay. So I think that's where my confusion lies, because I saw that note. I was trying to understand, who was
Yes.
being recommended. So proposal B is the recommendation of the procurement committee and the
Right.
finance team. It's the higher cost, but more complete proposal fits our RFP better.
Yes,
And then, so, okay, that helps me. So then the, year one, there's an hourly rate that undergirds that $150,000 estimate. And they're basing that $150,000 on a certain number of hours. Is that-
correct.
Okay,
Yes.
and then it
So
escalates each year at 3%. And is that escalation an increase in their hourly rate or an increase in the number of hours they think they're gonna work?
A combination of both. So the way they did this, like I say, the 150 hours, they have different categories where they charge different rates. So it's a combination of the amount of hours we expect they could put in against a flat rate. And Pam, if I'm not correct, please speak up.
You are correct. And, we have considerable control over the number of hours that they submit as far as the work that we ask for them to do. So, even though the hourly may go up, we may ask for fewer graphics, or, we don't do a video every year. With basically commercials are every other year. So there are other things that we negotiate within that, to keep the costs pretty steady.
Okay, I think that answers my questions.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Are there any more questions? Okay, well, we thank you for your report, and we can move on.
So we need to,
Yes. Do I have a motion to approve this report?
Representative Howard,
Representative Howard?
he made a motion to.
Okay, the motion has been made by Representative Howard. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
You seconded, Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Okay, that's been properly moved and second. Roll call.
Representative Howard. Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Dr. Morris,
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And we're moving on. Thank you, Mr. Pearl and staff for your contribution to that discussion. We're moving on to 8, announcement, new motions. We have any announcement, new motion? Here none, we'll move on to item 9, legal contractual personnel. We need to have a motion to go into executive session to discuss contractual matters. Do we have a motion?
Howard.
I'll second it. It's been properly moved and second. Roll call.
Representative Howard,
Aye.
Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Dr. Morris,
Yeah.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Okay, we are now in executive session.
My apologies.
Okay.
Sorry. I make a motion to come out of executive session.
We have a
I'll second that motion.
Proper move and second that we come out of executive session. Roll call.
Representative Howard, Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Dr. Morris,
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, there was no issue or motion in the executive session. So we are now ready to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you, both of you. The properly moving second roll call.
Representative Howard, Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Dr. Morris,
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Thank you, very much, and we hope that, you enjoy the rest of your Valentine's Day. Okay, thank you.